talking about unexplained infertility. What can you do? If you are trying to have a baby, this is a diagnosis from your doctor saying there is nothing more that we can do to help you. If you've received a diagnosis of unexplained infertility, the doctors are basically saying there's nothing more that we can test you for in their scope or that they're used to doing, and there's nothing more that can be done. There's a term that floats around that's called a trash can diagnosis. So it's like, we don't know what to do with you, so we're just going to put you over here, and either you're going to figure it out or something's going to change and you're going to end up getting pregnant. So if you're trying to get pregnant, this is pretty much the worst news. This was my worst news that I could ever get, was this diagnosis of unexplained infertility. Now, I had a lot of other diagnosis, but this diagnosis of unexplained infertility kind of precluded all the rest of the diagnosis. I had 7 different things wrong with me, diagnosis, but none of them should have kept me from getting pregnant. So this was like a really, felt really finite to me, and like, this is it. You have unexplained infertility. We've tested you. There's nothing more that you can do. So if you've received that diagnosis and you're watching, go ahead and put me or let me know if you get that, because it is a gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching thing to experience. So I'm here to tell you today that there's definitely steps that you can take, additional steps beyond an unexplained infertility diagnosis. First of all, when you're diagnosed with that, it means that the doctor can't, without surgery or some other cause, find out what's wrong with you. And so you're going to have to go down the path. This is going to have to be a path that you're going to have to create for yourself. For me, along with a lot of other people, I had that dye test for my tubes, the HSG dye test, histosonopenogram. And it turned out that my tubes weren't blocked. So sometimes you just want another diagnosis so that you can find out why you have unexplained infertility. And that wasn't the case for me. So my tubes were opened. I was still having really bad symptoms as far as my cycles go. And so I had basically what they considered an exploratory laparoscopic surgery, because they can't diagnose endometriosis, which I had already had surgery for, and they can't diagnose fibroids without surgery. So they can't even tell you ahead of time, yes, you have fibroids, without going in and actually doing the surgery. So I had a laparoscopic surgery and it came back all clear. Can you imagine that you're having all these symptoms associated with something and it came back all clear? So some time went by, and I had gone to see the infertility doctor, and we were going to maybe do IVF, we thought, well, we'll go the IVF route. We'll see what they have to say. So when I went to the IVF doctor, the REI, we were told that I didn't have enough eggs, that I was already hyperstimulated, so they couldn't stimulate me. I had very low ovarian reserve. I had less than 1% chance of conceiving on my own. So we kind of went back to the drawing board, and I said, well, I'm still having these symptoms. Some time had passed. They did another laparoscopic surgery, still nothing that would be causing my symptoms. So at that point, some people might have given up. This is the point where you have to say to yourself, my body is talking to me. I'm having these symptoms. We have to keep pursuing this until we figure out a way to find out what's causing the problem, right? So I pressed my doctor some more, and I said to him, what is it that we can do to actually see 100% if this is, if fibroids are causing the problem? You say I don't have any fibroids. I've got the heavy bleeding. I've got the clotting. I've got all the things. What is it? What else can we do? So they did a saline-infused ultrasound, or a saline-infused laparoscopic surgery, where they fill your uterus with saline. And then that allows the fibroids to actually float into the uterus cavity and be seen. You guys, I had so many fibroids that when they took them out, it looked like a handful of aquarium gravel. Now, had I not done that, had I not taken the risk, because there was a risk associated with it, and I was scared. I'm going to be honest, it was a scary thing to have surgery, not knowing if that was going to cause additional scarring, and it caused me not to be able to get pregnant because I'm having all these fibroid scars in my uterus, not knowing if I was going to come back with another result of, nope, everything looks fine, and then where do I go? But that was a surgery that was very crucial to me getting pregnant, because I had so many fibroids that them removing them was crucial to my success. So as I went through this process of learning how to advocate for myself, doing some investigation into my own medical history, pressing the doctors for additional answers, all this has translated into motherhood for me as what I had to do for my kids as well. It was a way that I had to learn to stick up for my kids. And it was something that I had to learn to continue to stick up for myself, to be an advocate for myself, and to get to my best, healthiest life. Had I not gone through infertility, I know that I would be a much less healthier person. So when I sit down with people, when I sit down with you and I go through your timeline and we kind of find out where you're at on your timeline, as far as what diagnoses do you have? How long have you been trying? What are your cycles like? And we start asking those kind of questions. Then I can insert points into your timeline and say, okay, this is a direction that you could possibly go, that you can talk to your doctor about. This is what I do. This is how I help people. Now, I have 4 kids. I have a full life. I homeschool. I could have hung this up a long time ago, but because I have my kids and I've gone through this process, and I see so many people struggling with what to do next, especially with an unexplained infertility diagnosis, they kind of just sit back and they just say, well, I guess what will happen will happen. And then it doesn't, because they're not addressing what's going on with their body. And so that's the work that we do together. We address what's going on with your body in the different ways that we can. It might be traditional Chinese medicine. It might be support for your IVF. It might be like me, I couldn't do IVF. It might be drilling down into your diet and lifestyle choices and find out what the disruption is for your infertility and your unexplained fertility. But the bottom line is that this is a journey that is for you, and that going through will benefit you, not only as pregnancy being the outcome, but overall health as the goal. So I'm dropping the link for my consultation calendar in the comments section. I do a free 30-minute consultation with you just to kind of see if we can work together, if I can help you get on the right track, and what the next steps can be with you. So health and blessings to you guys. Look out for that link, and I will see you here Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time.